Hey guys, I'm Paige.
And I'm Tiffany, and today we are going to be taking you on a trip down memory lane. We are going to go over a lot of the fun things that Disneyland and California Adventure used to do. So a lot of that would be like cool events they used to have and free things they used to give out, because who doesn't love getting free things?
From Disney, especially.
Exactly. And it's rare these days. So we hope there's a lot of things here that we talk about that maybe you have never heard of, because we used to think they're really cool. Like,
I still think they're really cool, and I wish they would still do a lot of these things.
Yeah. So we're excited to share with you kind of this like nostalgic Disney past events and things. So we hope you enjoy. And before we get started, make sure to like and subscribe. Hit the bell icon if you want to see more videos like this in the future.
Yeah. So, okay, first thing, we'll kind of start with like the things that Disneyland used to do. We've been annual pass holders. I mean, recently mostly just in Disney World, but we used to be constant renewal of Disneyland annual passes, because it used to be like what, like $40?
I think it was like $60 a year. It was something
to
ridiculous.
Just upgrade your 5 or 7 day pass for a whole year. So like, why wouldn't you do that? So while we were annual pass holders, one of the great things that they did is if you went to certain restaurants, they would actually give you a free pin. And we have a couple of them. I'm sad that we don't have more. Like, I thought we would have had more.
Well, because, so what happened was the Plaza Inn in Disneyland on Main Street is the restaurant that used to do this the most. And we would get the newsletter in the mail that would show which pin was going to come out, and it would say, like, which day. And by the time we would get there, it would be, like, 2 or 3 weeks after it started, and they'd be gone. So it was, like, rare to get these things.
Yeah, because they were super limited quantity. Like, I think this one, limited of 10,000. So... okay, that's focusing a little bit better. It won't let me get closer. It's not focusing, but this was Carnation Cafe. And then this one, I don't even remember where we got this from. This was another one that we got, $19.99. Got the Space Mountain vibe, Mickey Mouse.
And then this one was like the Christmas one from the restaurant.
Lady and
the Tramp.
So cute.
It won't let me get close to focus.
But super cute.
Super
cute. And
they
were free. I mean, as long as you bought a meal, they were free.
Right.
And you just don't see Disney giving those same things out anymore. Also, something that I'm trying to remember, I think this was with our kids' meal. Like, this was back in the day with our kids' meal, and I don't think they give these out anymore. But, like, some super cute vintage. They say Mouse Camille. Our Mouse Camille's. Mouse Camille's. But, yeah, super cool stuff that Disney used to do, and it was free. And I miss that. I miss that era of Disney giving out free stuff. So another thing that was very short-lived. It was like super short-lived, and this is kind of more on the attraction side, but rocket rods.
Everybody's heard of rocket rods.
I miss... you can still see the tracks in Tomorrowland.
It was the best ride. When they opened it, it would be a 4-hour wait to get on the ride, and it was broken down a lot of the time, and I wish that whoever built the track could have done it the right way, because it was the coolest ride.
It was. And I think that Disneyland, like, I love the attractions there, but that thrill that Rocket Rods was what everyone wanted.
Yeah.
And it was so short-lived. It makes me so sad.
Yeah, I know. I was always hoping they would just redo the track and bring it back, because now it's just sitting there. It's above... you can kind of see it.
Like in Tomorrowland. Yeah, that whole track that goes above kind of like where the pretzel stands are and like all around, that's where it was. I mean, we were really young when it was there, so like I remember it, not like super vividly, but I remember it was like a fast rocket.
It had a takeoff like Incredicoaster did.
Kind of, yeah.
But it was like in a car vehicle. You weren't on like a roller coaster.
Yeah, didn't it have like enclosed on the top? Wasn't it like a...
I think it was open.
Maybe it's just my, like, because I was really young.
Yeah. We probably only got to go on it like maybe 5 times. The whole history of ride, but it was fun. Bring it back.
Yes.
And one of the other super cool things that was there a long time ago was a lot of the shows they used to have. So one of the favorite shows that we used to watch was the Festival of Fools, which was a Hunchback... Oh,
Esmeralda, I don't know.
It was a Hunchback of Notre Dame show that was over where the entrance to Galaxy's Edge is now. So before that was entrance to Galaxy's Edge, it was a barbecue. And then before that, it was like an outdoor show area. Mm-hmm. And you don't see those rare characters these days.
No.
The only thing was, I remember my parents complaining about this, is it was always so hot.
Mm-hmm. You were in the beating sun.
You would be standing, and there was no shade. Like, you were standing in the sun, and it would be, like, 98 degrees outside, and you'd be sweating. But then at the end, they'd, like, shoot off confetti, and me and Paige would always run and grab it. Because we were weird like that. My parents were like, don't do that, that's gross. And now I'm like, ew.
Thinking about it now, yeah, that's
gross.
But, souvenirs. No, but you know what's interesting, though, is that I do remember it being super hot there, but it's so shaded over there. Like, when it became the barbecue place, it was pretty shaded.
I think they added in some trees.
They probably did.
Yeah. Or maybe we just have a bad memory.
No, I remember it being, like, hot. Or maybe we were just being wimps. I don't know.
Yeah.
Another show that I really miss is Honey, I Shrunk the Audience. Like, I'm so disappointed with all of the theaters not being utilized as theaters. They're, like, preview areas for new movies. Like, come on. Like, I have so many ideas of, like, what they could do. But I wish they would just bring back, like, even Captain EO was cool.
Captain EO was so cheesy. It was cool. It was cool. But, yeah. No, I agree, though. I think there should actually be an attraction there. And not just previews for movies. Because,
like, it gets so hot that it's nice to, like, go into that cool air-conditioned thing and, like, actually be, like, feel like you're doing something Disney-related. Not like, oh, I'm just going to sit here and watch a movie trailer that I can watch on my phone.
Yeah, most of them you can just watch on YouTube. So, yeah, I wish they would change that. But who knows these days with the glasses and the sanitizing. I don't know if anything like that is ever going to come back. We'll see. And I think that's all we have for Disneyland. Mm-hmm. So we're going to go ahead and move over to California Adventure, which I think is where the best things were that they got rid of. Like, I know a lot of people gave California Adventure a hard time when it was first opened, but the effort they put into the events they did there, like, they were amazing.
Yeah, and I don't know if it's because they were trying to draw a crowd, because California Adventure, I'm sure if you guys have watched the Imagineering story and are kind of familiar, it didn't do that well when it opened, because, like, it wasn't, like, the same theming, I guess, and that's kind of why they changed it to, like, the Buena Vista theming and all that.
Yeah.
But they had some legit events.
They did.
Like, should we go into that now?
Yeah, totally.
Okay, which one do you want to go into? This is my absolute favorite nostalgic
Wait, let's
Disney
save the best
thing.
for last, though.
Okay,
we're going to save the best for last.
Okay.
Well, I'm going to start with Electronica, which was the, like, dance party that they had in California Adventure in, like, the Hollywood backlot area. And they had the whole street had, like, neon lights everywhere at nighttime, and there was, like, a dance party and a DJ, and they even had, like, Flynn's Arcade. You could go in and play actual arcade games if you wanted to, but, and you could buy alcohol, which we weren't old enough at the time. Like, that was right when, I think I was, like, a junior or senior in high school.
Yeah, something like that.
So, we couldn't drink, but it was still fun to walk through there and dance. And then shortly after that, they turned it into the Alice Mad Tea Party, which was also cool.
Yeah, I mean, the costumes it was fun.
Like, it was really fun. I don't think they could do that now, because I think, doesn't that car run through that street? Or the trolley? Or no? Does the trolley not?
No, I think it was more so in the back, kind of by Monsters, Inc.
Right.
Like that area. It did extend.
It extended the whole
way,
street.
so it would probably be very limited, but it was super cool.
I remember you could hear that music, like, halfway across the park. I don't know.
It was a good time.
I miss those times. I wish they would bring that back. But yeah, do you want to talk about the next one?
Okay, so, wait, which, like, my favorite one?
No, I just said we're saving the best for last.
Okay. So, I'm trying to think what else. Well, X Games. The X Games experience. And you'll kind of notice something that, as we're, like, looking at all these things, everything was around 2003.
Yeah.
Like, our favorite things were around 2003. So, this was going to be...
Keep park maps.
Yeah.
X Games experience.
And they would have, like, actual professional athletes there doing BMX, skateboard, dirt bike, like, all that fun stuff. Yeah, it was so fun. And they had, like, bleachers set up. It was
where Cars Land is.
Yeah, it was where Cars Land was.
It was where Cars Land is.
There is, yeah.
It was really cool. Again, it was in the sun, though, on hot bleachers, so maybe that's why they stopped doing it. But it was so fun.
It was, and you could meet them, and, like, I don't know, it was fun. I was looking at, because I'm not really super familiar, but The Godfather, Mike Metzger, that sounds super familiar. Or is it Bob Burnquist? Fabiola da Silva and 100 other athletes were there. And it would go from July to August. So that was pretty cool. You had bike stunts, freestyle motocross, and aggressive inline skating. Super cool.
I don't ever remember seeing inline skating.
I do.
I remember seeing, like, the backflips.
Yes.
On, like, the dirt bike.
It was really fun. Like, yeah. I know that they were probably just trying to fill in space because they didn't really have much there, but I actually really enjoyed that event. Like, yeah. It was a nice change. It was kind of like how Epcot has food and wine and flower and garden. They have the concerts. It was kind of like that. They had like different concerts in California Adventure. Or not concerts, sorry. Events in California Adventure that were fun to go to.
Yeah, definitely.
So we'll save the best event for last. But another show that we miss, Aladdin.
The Aladdin show.
Frozen's just not.
I haven't even seen the whole thing.
Oh, yeah.
We're not going to talk about that. I had to leave the Frozen show. Yeah, I missed most of the show. But anyways, it wasn't my favorite from what I saw. I really miss the Aladdin show. And I'm traumatized from my experience at the Frozen show.
You have to explain somewhat.
Okay.
Like, you can't just leave him hanging.
Okay, fine. So, I was not feeling good that morning. Like, I had a stomach ache. And I was like, oh, I'm probably just hungry. So we, like, went to the park. And I ate something. And I still wasn't feeling very good. So, and I kind of had, like, a backache. So I took some, like, Aleve or something. Like, some painkiller. And then we went into the show. And we're like, oh, air-conditioned building. We'll sit there. And, like, I started not feeling good. Like, really not feeling good. Like, probably 10 minutes into the show. And luckily, like, didn't the show break down?
Something happened
in the show, and they were like, oh, there's going to be an intermission, and I was like, I feel like I'm going to get sick. So I was like, Mom, I've got to go. Like, so she walked with me, and we left, and, like, I just remember, and if you've been in that building, you know that you have to walk down, like, 3 or 4 flights of stairs to get to the main floor before you can even get to a bathroom.
Yeah.
And I just remember being like, I feel like I'm going to throw up. And my mom was like, just don't throw up on the stairs. And it's like, well, I can't really help that. So then I managed to make it down the stairs. And then I was trying to go for the Bugs Life bathrooms. And I didn't make it. I threw up everywhere in front of Tower of Terror. And there was, like, children sitting on the ground right there. And I was, like, so humiliated. And, like, to this day, like, I don't ever want to go in that Frozen building for anything. Like, and it's not that building's fault, but, like, I'm traumatized for life.
She had a kidney infection.
I did have a kidney infection. I found that out later that night. So
after she went to the hospital. But, yeah.
It was a great day.
Traumatic experience. I can understand that. And the show was just kind of underwhelming. Like, Aladdin was, like, a full-on Broadway, like...
Yeah, it had, like, the big elephant that they rode on. Like, I don't think there's anything
And they changed
like
the
that.
Jokes constantly. Like, that was another thing that
The
it wasn't...
genie.
Yeah, the genie. Like, it wasn't like you watched the same show over and over. Like, there was always funny new jokes that they came up with that were, like, literally with current events.
Yeah.
And it made it fun. And, yeah,
I'm very
sad
that.
I miss that a lot. That's a bummer.
And so one of the other kind of, like, minor things that we miss, and it's not, like, an event or anything like that, but just how the Paradise Pier vibe that they used to have with, like, the Beach Boys playing. I mean, I know they were trying to make it more Disney by changing it to Pixar, but to be honest, I liked it better before.
Mm-hmm.
Even California Screamin', I liked it better before. I don't like the Incredicoaster that much, and I know that's probably not a popular opinion at all. But you used to be able to see, like, the glowing lights when you'd go up the ride.
Now you're enclosed.
It's totally enclosed, and it's, like, all black, and just, I don't know. It feels like they did an overlay, but just not what I wanted.
Well, and the whole, like, Paradise Pier, like, beach vibes. Like, they would drive down, like, those cruisers playing Beach Boys.
Yeah.
And Soarin' Over California made sense. Like, Soarin' Over the World makes sense in Epcot, but, like, California Adventure, like, keep it California themed. And you know what else? This was one of my absolute favorite things that I was devastated when they took out. Build Your Own Mr. Potato Head.
I forgot about that.
Yeah.
Yes.
That was so...
Oh
they had Disney parts that you could build. And then they put it in Mouse Gears, isn't it? Is it called Mouse Gears in Disney's...
You mean in...
Springs?
In Florida. I don't know what the store was called. Was it...
Wish Upon a Toy? Or
Wish
not Wish Upon a Toy.
No, I think that is it.
Is it? But yeah, they took that out too. So now you can't build Mr. Potato Head parts at all. But it was the coolest thing. Like, fill up $20 and they had like a Little Mermaid's Tale or like Buzz Lightyear and like
Star Wars stuff too.
They had a bunch of Star Wars stuff. They had like Tinkerbell hair and wings. It was so fun. And they took that out when they did the Buena Vista remodel. So that was kind of a bummer. So
I think we're on to our favorite.
This is our absolute favorite event that Disney used to put on. And it was around like 2003, 2004.
I think it went on for 3 years. We missed the first year.
Yes, we did. And I'm very sad about that. And we'll get into that. Primetime Preview Weekend.
The best event of all time.
The best event of all time. ABC obviously is owned by Disney. And I think this was like to promote the parks and also to promote new TV shows. So the first year that they did it, we loved 8 Simple Rules for Dating My Teenage Daughter and According to Jim. And I always loved John Ritter. And I saw online, I was like, oh my God, Mom, like, John Ritter's taking pictures with people. And she's like, sweetie, like, you probably wouldn't get anywhere near him. And I was like, no, like, look, like, the people were taking pictures. They actually had, like, meet and greet set up so you could meet all the celebrities that were there.
Yeah, like the cast of the TV show, they would have certain times and you'd go line up and get to take a picture with them. They'd have Q&A, so you get to hear about the new shows. It was really cool. Yeah. And they, like, would just walk around the parks, too, and you could literally meet them wherever.
And they would take pictures with you. They were super nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. They even had, like, in the, the Golden Theater that used to be in California Adventures. It's the Dream Theater, Golden Dream Theater. Yeah, Golden Dreams. Yeah, Golden Dreams Theater. They would have, like, previews of all the new shows coming out, and they would even give you, like, a DVD. We have the DVDs somewhere.
That's true. I forgot about that.
With all the previews of all the shows coming up. It was super fun.
Yeah. So, some of the favorite people that we met, the cast of 8 Simple Rules, except we did not meet John Ritter. That was devastating.
Yeah.
We waited in line to get a picture with the whole cast, and we were cut off at the front of the line, told no more for the day. We managed to meet everybody else around the parks, like Kaylee Cuoco from The Big Bang Theory, and
Katie Sagal.
We met them, like, walking around, like, parks and the hotel, but John Ritter we never met. And then, like, was it 4 days later?
3 or 4 days later.
3 or 4 days later, he died. And we were young at that age. So that was, like, absolutely devastating.
That was, like, our favorite show on TV. Yeah. Like, and we have pictures of him, like, waving. Because, like, we were in areas where he was, like, going to dinner or something. Or, like, going to a special, like, meeting. But they did have special, like, setups where you could meet them. It's just there was a limited amount of people. And we just have the bad luck of getting cut off right in front. That was really sad.
That sucked. Yeah.
We did meet the whole cast of According to Jim. We got a picture with the whole cast of them. George Lopez was there, the whole cast of George Lopez. We met Jimmy Kimmel, because that was like kind of when the show was starting.
Yeah.
I think after their show started taking off, because the last year they did it was Desperate Housewives and Lost. And they would give you these postcards with all the new shows. And we didn't meet anyone from Lost, but we met Nicolette Sheridan and Terry Hatcher. I actually was named after Nicolette Sheridan's character in a show. Her name was Paige.
And Knots Landing.
In Knots Landing, yeah.
We've never seen it.
But they were so nice. Like, Nicolette Sheridan, like, was so sweet.
She was. I remember that.
What else do we have? Oh, Less Than Perfect. So, like, these were cool. You could get them signed by everyone. Like, Zachary Levi, and a lot of people were big fans of his. Andy Dick. There was one that I found. Yeah. Literally, Amy Davidson, Katie Sagal, Kaylee Cuoco, and Martin... Is it Martin Spanier?
I think it's Spanier.
Literally everyone except for John Ritter. That was really sad. This one... So, do you remember Hope and Faith with Kelly Ripa?
I remember it.
That was awesome. We would mostly try and get pictures because we're not, like, huge... Autographs are cool, but, like, if some of them you can't even read what they are.
Yeah.
Which was cool that they could give this to you because you can kind of narrow it down. But Kelly Ripa had, like, a mob around her. You couldn't get near her.
No.
So you pretty much would, like, hand your postcard. She would sign it and then, like, hand it back. Yeah, George Lopez. I think we met everyone from that show.
I think so.
Individually. We didn't get, like, a picture of the whole cast. Ricky, they would also have, like, random Disney celebrities there.
Right, they did.
Who was there? I'm trying to think. Like, Ricky Ullman.
Ali Mashaka.
Oh, yeah.
We met Emma Roberts in the bathroom.
That's right.
That was at the Grand Californian. And it was before she was famous. So it was before she was really in anything. I think she was in, like one movie?
No, it was Unfabulous was premiering, like, that weekend or something that we met her. And we had watched the commercials or whatever because we used to watch Nickelodeon.
Right, and normally we would never approach people in the bathroom, by the way.
Yeah, no.
Like, that's weird.
No, well,
she was in there for a while, that we were both, like, looking in the mirror, like, I don't even know what we were doing.
I don't know, but we were in there, and she was in there with her friend, and, like, she had left, and then we were kind of like, oh my god, I think that's that girl from Unfabulous, and we were talking, and then her friend sent her back in, and she was like, do you know Unfabulous, or something? It was something, like, really, like, oh, you heard us? And then she was like, that's me, because her dad, Eric Roberts, was
that's right. I forgot why she was even there.
Wasn't it Less Than Perfect?
It was Less Than Perfect, yeah.
Yeah, her dad was in a show, and so that's why she was there for preview weekend, which was really cool.
Yeah, so that was awesome.
Lindsay Lohan was there.
Wait,
we didn't meet her.
I can't remember that.
We have a picture of her in a car, in a pink shirt and sunglasses.
Why do you remember these details?
I don't know. That's weird. But she was there. We never got anywhere near her. You couldn't get near her. I'm trying to think of other celebrities. Like, Disney would have some Disney Channel stars there, so you could meet them.
Evan Peters.
Yes. Well, he was on Invisible something. But, yeah. We met Evan Peters. We have his signature. And I'm, like, tempted to include some of the pictures of us with these celebrities, but, like, we look so awful. It's like our worst awkward stage, and I'm so sad that they don't have these events.
We may or may not include some photos here, or possibly not, because... Yeah, no.
We had a strong bang game going on, and we didn't know how to style
12 years old, and I looked horrible, and my fashion sense was beyond awful. Like,
I'm wearing my I Dated Nick Before Jessica shirt in, like, every picture. Or I think my Jessica Simpson reality tour shirt, like, outfit choices, regrets.
Yeah. Back then, kids actually dressed like kids.
Yeah, not like little models. I wish we did, though, just for the picture's sake.
I know, same.
But yeah, this was my favorite event.
It was my favorite event, too.
It was really cool, and, like, we were kind of, not stalkers, I would say, but, like, we would literally look online ahead of time to be like, oh, who are these people going to be in these shows? Which I feel like, it's not a stalker thing, it's just, like, you want to know who these people are in case they walk by you. And one of our favorite movies is Romeo and Michelle's High School Reunion.
Yes, I forgot about that.
And obviously all the actors and celebrities stay at the Grand Californian when they're there. And so we would kind of walk around the Grand Californian, and we were outside, and I remember, is it Bobby is his name in the movie?
I think so.
It's like Romy's high school crush. He was in a show called Complete Savages, which I have the postcard somewhere. It's not in the stack. Nope, I don't have it in the stack. And we're like, oh my gosh, you were in Romeo and Michelle's High School Reunion. And we're like
maybe 10 and 12.
Yeah. And he was just like, you know what that movie is? We're like, it's one of our favorite movies. It's so funny. And he's just like, I can't believe you've seen that movie. It was really cool.
Yeah.
There was a lot of fun celebrities.
Maybe we'll just put the pictures up so fast that you can't even look at us. Like...
I don't know. It was one of my favorite things. And the Complete Savages show, which I'm so sad because it only lasted one season and then it got canceled. We love sitcoms. Like, sitcoms are our jam. I'm really sad
Except for, like, we watched way too much TV back then.
We were, like, obsessed with these shows.
Yeah. I remember we had Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, like, mapped out from 6 to, like, 8 or 9 o'clock at night. It would be, like,
TGIF, so, like, all the good shows.
Yeah, no, I definitely feel like we shouldn't have watched that much TV back then.
But there were so many good shows, like According to Jim, Complete Savages, I'm With Her. I don't know if you remember that. I had the postcard somewhere.
Anybody's gonna remember it. It was like
so good.
Season.
It was one season, but it was really good. And yeah, Complete Savages, if you've ever seen Disney Channel's Brink, Eric Von Detten, we got to meet him, which was like, yay. Sean Sipos is another actor who's been in a lot of things. He was in Melrose Place? Was it?
I don't know.
Sean Ferris, if you remember Sleepover, we got to meet him. And Kelly Osbourne. Kelly
That's
Osbourne was
right.
crazy. That was cool.
Yeah, that was cool.
She was really nice.
We have another video that we could do about meeting celebrities in Disney, and we'll probably do that soon.
Probably.
You guys are going to hear all our fun stories, because there's a lot that wasn't from the event.
Yeah.
Yes. But yeah, that was a really cool event. I wish they would have done it more recently, where we could have met, like, the cast of Modern Family.
Same!
That would be awesome. I know they couldn't do it now, though. I feel like the shows are just too big now. The park's also too busy that, like, it would be a nightmare if they did anything like that now.
They would have parades. Remember they had a full-on parade go through with all the celebrities in cars, and, like, it would have, like, what show they're on. And I thought of this wrong, because I thought the last year they did it was, I grouped the shows together. It was Lost and Desperate Housewives were the big shows that took off, and they stopped doing it after that. The next year was when Grey's Anatomy came out. So literally, we were 1 year shy of meeting the cast of Grey's Anatomy. And I thought that they would have been there, because I don't know why I thought I saw a postcard for it. But no. If they would have done it for 1 more year, which we would have been there, we would have gone, I could have met Meredith Grey.
And then you could have watched it in order instead of, like, binging it in, like, a couple of months.
But also, I think, like, young me was more into the sitcoms. Like, I didn't really care for the doctor shows. And now it's, like, one of my favorite shows. But, yeah, it's pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
So
now that we've talked your ear off about Primetime Preview Weekend for, like, 20 minutes.
It's the best event. And if you didn't know anything about it, that's why it's so cool. Look up pictures online. It's pretty cool.
Definitely. But, yeah. We hope you enjoyed this video. We will try to come up with more videos for you guys. It's just hard because
I went back to work, and then obviously salons got shut down again in California, so now I'm back not working, so we have more time to focus on our YouTube channel, which is awesome, but we apologize for being a little absent.
Yes. We will try to get more fun videos. We are doing a kitchen remodel, though, so we can't really do any of our cooking videos right now. So
the kitchen's a mess.
Yeah. But we hope you enjoyed. Make sure to like and subscribe. And thank you again so much for watching.
Yes. Thank you guys.
Bye.
Bye.